Hey yogis, I'm Nicole. Welcome back to my yoga time. Thanks for joining me today. I have a super short yoga snack, ideal practice to start your day with, but of course you can do it at any time of the day. One block for this class. If you don't have a block, you can improvise with a rolled up towel, a rolled up blanket, or a really thick book. When you're ready, we're going to begin. Come over onto all fours into a tabletop position. And let's take this moment here to position the tip of your tongue where the teeth meet the roof of the mouth. And we'll do our best to keep the tongue in this position for the entire class. As you begin to inhale, drop the belly, lift the gaze. As you exhale, round the spine, lift the palms just on those fingertips as you sit back into a modified child's pose. So the head won't meet the floor. Then as you begin to inhale, return to tabletop. Move into your back bend. Exhaling to round, palms lifting, back rounding. Well done, yogis. Feel free to rest here in child's pose. You can always make a pillow with the hands or use your block if the head doesn't meet the floor with ease. Otherwise, arms can be in front or next to the feet, palms facing up. And only in this position for just a few breaths. You might like to take this moment to set your intention for your practice, for your day. Keep it simple if you can. Just 1 or 2 words. Begin to breathe in your intention. Well done, yogis. Returning to a tabletop position. This time as you inhale, raise the left leg looking up to the ceiling. Exhaling, knee to nose. Inhale into your back bend. One last round. This time as you inhale, reach the leg straight out behind you. Take it out to the left. Hover there if you can for a breath before lowering the foot down. So here we'll move through our cat-cow stretches. Drop the belly, lift the gaze. Exhale, round the spine. Any concerns with your neck or shoulders, you might choose to stay there. Otherwise, we'll thread the needle. Right arm underneath the left. Bring the ear to the floor, or of course you can use your prop. We're pressing the right palm into the floor. Option to take Chin Mudra. Keeping the left elbow bent, palm is lifted, and those left fingertips are pressing down into the mat. Gently squeeze the shoulder blades together. Well done, yogis. Pressing back up. From here, coming all the way up to kneeling. Inhale the arms up and exhale over to the left, little side bend. Feel free to look down. And then taking it over to the right side. To begin with, left fingertips will point up to the ceiling, and if you can, lift that left foot up off the floor. So it won't take long to feel that heat in the buttocks and the glute. And lower the foot down, reach left arm overhead, looking down and sending those hips forward. Feel free to stay here, or you can begin to flow with your breath. As you exhale, take a seat, sweep the arm in front of the body towards the foot, and then inhale to come back up, pressing hips forward. Well done, yogis. And next time you exhale, return both hands to the mat. From here, raise the left leg, take it all the way over to the right, toes are tucking under, look over your shoulder, press into the hands, the hip and the heel. And option 1 to stay here if you've concerns with your knees. Otherwise, option 2, cross that left leg behind the right leg, feet have gone wide, and you're sitting back into a modified Gomukhasana legs. So the forehead won't meet the floor, the back is rounding once again. And then coming back to center, let's uncross those legs. Well done, yogis. Right leg up, inhale into your back bend, exhaling knee to nose. Last one. Taking the right leg straight out behind you and then over to the right, hover there if you can. Keep the jaw relaxed and lower the foot down. Moving through your cat-cow stretches, just a couple here. Of course, you can stay longer if you have concerns with your shoulder or your neck. Otherwise, you can transition into thread the needle. Left arm underneath the right, right elbow to point to the ceiling. It's a lovely upper back twist. And returning to center, bringing those hands back as you come all the way up to kneel. Inhaling, arms up, exhaling over to the right. And then changing sides. A little strength work first. If you can, raise the right foot. Slightly tuck the chin in and move the neck back so the head is supported. Or you can always take the drishti up towards the thumb. And lower the foot down, reach the arm overhead, gently send the hips forward. Either stay there or take your flow. Well done, yogis. Next exhalation, bring those hands back down to the mat. Raise the right leg, take it over to the left, tuck the toes under, look over your shoulder. Nice release there for the IT band down the outside of the leg and the outer hip. Either staying there if you have concerns with your knees, otherwise cross right knee behind the left, round the back as you sit back towards the heels. Again, forehead won't meet the floor, just those fingertips on the mat, palms are lifted. Breathe into the back. And let's return to tabletop and cross those legs. Let's tuck the toes under, inhale, drop the belly, lift the gaze and the tailbone, exhaling to round the spine and then lifting up, downward facing dog. Holding our downward facing dog. If you have the urge to walk out the legs, feel free to do so. Maybe bend the knees, switch the hips from side to side, or you might like to hold it still. On your next inhalation, raise the right leg and then look forward, step through into a lunge. Bring your left knee down to the mat. Inhaling both arms up. Little tone here in the left buttock. Feel as though you're trying to drag that knee forward. Inhale. And exhale, hands down, half pyramid pose. Move the hips back, straighten the right leg. Either keep it upright here, feel as though you're dragging the heel back, Or you can round the back and gently press the palms down and try to slide the hands forward. Let's walk the hands forward into a lunge briefly, and then raising the left leg as high as you comfortably can for a variation of your standing splits. Now hands can rest as they are on the floor. A little more of a challenge if you bring the hands back closer to the foot, and more of a challenge again if you hold onto the ankle with one or maybe both hands. Inhale. And as you exhale, left foot down next to the right. Half lift as you inhale. Forward fold as you exhale. Right leg back. Low lunge, right knee to the mat. Arms coming up as you inhale. A little tone through the right buttock. Breathe. Exhaling, hands down, hips back. Begin to straighten that left leg. Folding forward if you prefer. And then walking hands forward for standing splits, raising the right leg, taking the variation that feels best for you today. Inhale. And exhale, downward facing dog. Come forward into plank position. You can always lower the knees to the mat if you need to. We're rounding the upper back, bringing the body forward as though you're looking over a cliff. Make sure the elbows brush the ribs as you come all the way down to the mat. Propping up onto the forearms, sphinx pose. Feel free to stay here, yogis, or to bring a little heat into your practice, help energize for your day. We'll move dynamically, engaging our core. So option one, you'll keep the knees on the mat. As we exhale, just lift the belly and look down towards your belly button, lifting thighs up off the mat. Then as you inhale, return to sphinx. Exhale, same again, or a little bit stronger, lift the knees off the mat as well. So just the tops of the feet. Inhaling into sphinx. Exhale. Keep the jaw relaxed. Well done, yogis. Let's lower the chest just a little. Reach the hands out in front. Palms are lifted, just your fingertips on the floor. Try and drag your hands back towards your feet. And lower down. Let's roll over onto our back. Take a hold of the knees. Exhale to bend the elbows. Inhale to straighten the arms. Well done. Let's raise feet up towards the ceiling. Hands can rest on the outer legs, or you can pistol grip your big toes. Inhaling the legs out nice and wide. Exhaling them back together, crossing left leg over the right leg, bending the knees, squeezing thighs together, lift head and shoulders up off the mat. Let's lower down and we'll twist from here. Hips move to the left, knees come down to the right. Block is there to support the body. Now, if you find this a little too intense on the hip, uncross your legs, take the block in between the thighs instead. Inhaling back to center. centering the body and crossing the legs, feet up towards the ceiling, either resting here or take your pistol grip. Inhale. Exhale, right leg over left, bending the knees, squeezing the thighs, engaging your core as you lift head and shoulders off the mat. Lower down when you're ready. Hips go to the right just a centimetre before the knees move over to the left. Inhale those knees back to centre. Uncrossing the legs. Moving into a supported bridge pose before shavasana. So using your block, or if you don't have the block, you can use your book or your rolled up towel. Just lifting the hips a little. Position your prop underneath the bottom. You can straighten and relax the legs if that feels okay for your back. Otherwise, keep the knees bent. Arms can be by your side or above the head, depending on your shoulders. And let's release the pose now. Bending the knees, lifting the hips. Take your prop to the side. Lowering down into shavasana. So you might choose to keep your knees bent, feet nice and wide as the mat. Knees falling into touch. Hands can rest on the lower belly. You might choose to rest here today, or you can straighten the legs for shavasana, whichever feels better for your back. Allowing the forehead to soften. Tongue and jaw relaxed. And as you drift into shavasana, inhaling your intention into your spacious body, quiet mind. Inhaling a little deeper now. Swallowing if the mouth is dry. Or wiggling toes and fingers. Following any urges to move or stretch as you reawaken for your day. And then rolling onto your preferred side whenever you're ready. Feel free to rest there for as long as you like, only coming to seated when you're ready to return to your day. Thanks for practicing with me today, yogis. I encourage you to inhale your intention throughout the day. If you enjoyed the practice, please do like and subscribe to the channel. It's the best way to support free yoga on YouTube. Have a lovely day.